way. Yeah.
Well,
In
that's
in
Kind of
Islam,
certain that,
we
obviously
believe
this
that
is the
there
truth, this
there
is the
are
way.
extraterrestrial
So
or
I start
like
to
dimensional
implement.
creatures called the jinn. The jinn.
Yeah, there is. That's true.
So
Yeah.
so a lot of people kind of question how come they can see us, we can't see them. The other day there was a glitch in big screen. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I was going into rooms and nobody would
Yeah.
see me. Like there was a room against Islam and they were talking like complete lies about Islam. And I was standing right there next to the guy talking about the whole thing. And I'm like
Yeah.
yelling and talking and nobody could see me. And I'm
You were a
like, oh
ghost.
my God, that's exactly how these extra
Yeah, of
dimensional,
course,
they
dude.
can walk
Yeah.
among us, but it's like different
They
server.
do.
They're on a
They
different
do.
server, you see?
Yeah.
It's like,
They do. Trust me. Yeah.
yeah.
All
And
right,
Steven
so
Spielberg's movie's
so your
gonna
series
talk
is
all
going
about
to
it.
be your series is going to
What?
be fiction. It's going to be fiction, or
It's science fiction biography. So it's a true story, and you make up your mind whether you believe it's real or not. Yeah.
okay, so a
But I
limited
swear it's
series.
all true. I swear it's all true. It's
Okay,
all
so
about extra dimensional shit. Yeah. Men in Black, government cover-ups. Yeah. Evil, extra dimensional demonic entities. Yeah.
So like what are you? It's based on your work, or you're participating in the writing room,
No,
or
no,
what?
it's based off my work. Basically, I
so you're going to be
wrote
a
the
rich
book.
man.
I will. I wrote the book. I made the songs. And then I developed the package to sell the TV series to TV people.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got one major actor called Ben Cotton on board. He's going to play me in the show, and it's on the desk of one of the best Canadian local showrunners that has done multiple major shows and brought them to Netflix. And he's got it on his desk right now. And the actor signed a piece of paper last week, and I sent it to him saying that if the scheduling works out and the money works out, and he comes to an agreement that he wants to play Rory Pendleton in the Book Theory Blue Netflix series.
Okay, so it's not a done deal then.
Not yet, but think about it. That's huge.
Well, you've got to.
That's huge.
It is,
It's
but you've
huge.
got to stop jinxing yourself and telling
No,
people.
I'm not
about it.
jinxing myself at all. I
Hold
always
on
tell
to it.
everyone about it.
Well, no. Hold it back until you get something
No, no.
signed. Come on.
Bullshit.
I want this to happen
No,
for you. So come on.
that's people are excited about it. People are excited about it. I got people lining up that want to be in it. They're not
Well,
going
this is
to.
a
But
year for it. We've got the
yeah, of
Spielberg
course.
meeting, the
Yeah,
Spielberg
I know.
movie,
It's the
and
right time for that. Yeah, it's all about full disclosure and the
yeah,
panic that ensues. So we'll see
yeah,
what happens. Check out
yeah.
Book Theory Blue.
Good luck, man.
Book
Good
Theory
luck.
Blue.
Good
I
luck.
will.
There's a website. There's all sorts of artwork on there. You should check it out.
Okay,
Good
I'll look
theory,
it up.
Blue.
You look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one day somebody should make a movie that involved big screen in it or this
Oh yeah,
virtual
that's season
reality
2.
in it.
That's going to be
It's
season 2 of
weird
my
how
show.
this thing didn't
Yeah.
fly, Like, look
I
at
know.
us. We're talking here about.
Well, season
I've never
2
met
of
any
my
of you
TV
guys
series
before,
is going to
but we're
happen in
having fun.
VR. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me.
this is incredible, man. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Good luck with everything. Yeah,
Okay.
so feel free, read that chapter 21.
Chapter 21. Yeah.
See in the Quran and see what you think. It might give you some ideas for your future books too.
I doubt it. We'll see what
2
happens.
billion people believe in
It
that
could be.
thing
It could be.
and
Yeah.
they follow
I know.
it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right. See you guys.
Take care.
Take
Goodbye.
care, man.
Goodbye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Dr. Dribble, welcome. Dr. Dribble or Dripple? I thought Dr. Ibble. Are you going to become a doctor one day? No? Hopefully. Good luck, man. Good luck. Sean, how are you? Have you
I'm good.
researched anything? Read the Quran?
No. That is a 48-page book.
48? 600.
No, 48-page book.
48-page book?
No,
Tell me more.
his book. The guy.
Oh, got it.
It's a 48-page book.
It will give you a full series from 48 pages. That's good. You looked it up already. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish him all the best of luck, man. He sounds like a nice guy. He was not an atheist. He is like he was born in an atheist family, but he's like all this came together by itself. He didn't believe it, and he believes in a creator. May God guide him to him, man. Allah the Almighty chooses people who are sincere, who are brave, who are truthful, who are good. So these guys find a way. And even in prison, subhanallah, you should see Islam how it's spreading in prisons. Because in prison you are there because you killed, you murdered, you just lost the way, and then you go to prison, and there are no rules. It's like a forest, and then it's like a zoo, right? And then you go there and you see that there is something beyond. You are not idle. You are not sent here as just to waste your life like this. You have a purpose. It's incredible. Have you watched this CBS? They made like a 5-minute movie about Islam in prisons. It's
No,
just
no,
incredible, incredible. And I was watching it, and then the guy. Do you want to see it? Let's see.
no. That's okay. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of people, but Islam is one thing that spreads in prison. I'm sure Christianity also spreads in prison.
Yeah,
And
like
all
you
these
need
things,
always a purpose. Yeah, yeah,
they also spread in among addicts who
yep,
are recovering and things like
yep,
that. Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen. Now that's the beauty about Islam. Subhanallah, I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, I was addict. I joined Jesus, and I came back." The beautiful thing about Islam, and this is actually I tell usually my friends who are pregnant, the ladies. Sorry, let me just turn this off. So
Hmm.
the ladies who
Hmm.
are pregnant, I'm like, Islam is the best gift that God gives you, right? Because instead of your son losing weight, becoming an addict, and again, it's like it's basically just go from rehab to rehab to rehab. Islam just closes that door completely. No alcohol, alhamdulillah. We don't do alcohol. No
Hmm.
drugs. No, we're not allowed to harm our bodies. It's like it's incredible, and
Hmm.
it just closes the door to begin with. So I talk to a lot of patients or a lot of people who are addicts, and it's just hard. Their life is miserable. They try their best, and
Hmm.
then a friend here, a friend there, a recurrence there. It's a problem, and
Hmm.
it is that's the beautiful thing. I tell every mother I see, read in Islam, become a Muslim, see how your son is gonna thank you. You're gonna thank God for in the future, hopefully. It's very protective, man. It's very protective. STDs, all this stuff. Alhamdulillah, we don't have to deal with this, the sexual transmitted disease. And I'm talking about not everybody, obviously. I'm talking about the majority. And it's not just about the person, it's about the system, right? So it's
Hmm.
not don't drink alcohol. In Islam, God doesn't tell you don't drink alcohol, don't do extramarital sex. God says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Do not come close to zina. You
Yeah,
see what I mean? It's like, when
yeah.
you create this virtual border in virtual reality, and if you step outside, something shows up. That's exactly how it is. So basically, he tells us, when you see a woman, you will find it in the Quran. It says, قُل لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, tell the believers to lower their gaze. And then it tells the woman, tell the believing woman to lower their gaze. That's purer for their hearts, right? And then it tells the woman to dress decently, right? And then it tells the
And
men
men.
to dress
Yeah.
decently. And
Hmm.
then it tells them, you know what? It's good to take care of your wife, to be faithful for your wife, but basically, if you have a friend, like, don't go and choose female friends, right? Because eventually you go together to the restaurant, and then eventually you're sitting together, and then she's having a problem with her husband, you're having a problem with your wife, and boom, that's where cheating happens. We don't do that, right? So when my friends come to my house, usually we the men sit in a room, and usually the women sit in a room. You see what I mean? If my friend's wife need help or anything, of course I'll go drop something by their house or stuff. But I don't go. Oh, if her husband is not in the house, I'm not allowed to go and sit with her alone for hours and talk and have fun. And I can't do
Hmm.
that. You see what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's why when we say extramarital affair, it's like step number 10. You see what I mean? You're like stopped at step number 1 or 2. You see what I mean? The same thing
Hmm.
for alcohol. It's not just don't drink alcohol. We say don't sit. Like when my friends go outside, they go to the bar. I tell them I can't. You want to do it in a restaurant? I'm fine, but in a bar or in a restaurant where it's there, where it's actually like there are a lot of restaurants that have bars. It's like I don't want to expose my nose to the smell of alcohol. I don't want to see alcohol. Now I've sat in a lot of lectures and a lot of meetings and stuff. Of course, people
Hmm.
had wine next to me. I had to attend that, but
Hmm.
basically, it's the whole system. We should not be serving alcohol, watching alcohol, smelling alcohol, and then eventually you don't drink alcohol. It doesn't become a problem. So that's how you see in Islam, everything is structured, man. Everything is structured. And again, that's God, the maker of a humanity, the maker of this system. He has rules, and He gave us the rules. And we follow the rules, the booklet, right? The handbook of how to live this life. You live the most peaceful life. It's incredible. Even when you are hit with hardship, right? Because God tells us in the Quran, I will test you with loss. It's like, what? You're supposed to be God, the most loving, right? Your name is Al Wadud. But this is the whole point of this life. It's a test. I will test you with loss of health, wealth, money, beloved ones. You will lose a
Mm-hmm.
kid. You will lose your house. If you live in Gaza, a bomb will fall and you will lose your mother or father. But then the next part of the verse, it says, and give glad tidings to the patients, to the people who are patient.
Mm-hmm.
Those who say, it's God who gave us, and to God, we
We will
belong to
return.
God, and to Him we will return. Yeah. If I didn't die today, I will die tomorrow. If my son didn't die today, he will die tomorrow. But God, it shows that moment, that second, that incident for a wisdom, right? I have a friend of mine who left. He went to attend a party with his wife, and he left his two kids with his parents. And when he came back, the whole thing was burning, and the parents ran out, and the two kids were left there, and they died. One of the most tragic stories you can read about. And it's my close friend, and the guy was devastated, right?
Hmm.
And he was not even very religious. He was a Muslim, but barely knew Islam. And actually, it was very hard for him. And then like he came for a prayer, and then the sheikh, the imam, sat and talked to him a little bit, and he started reading the Quran. Oh my God, man. Now I talk to him. It's been like 3 years. He tells me this is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me. It basically, I made a foundation in their names. I
Hmm.
opened the clinics around the world for the underserved kids. I basically now, with my wife together, we adopted like opened orphanages in different countries in the world. He's like, now I almost memorized the Quran. He went on Hajj pilgrimage like 3 times already. It's
Alhamdulillah.
incredible. It's incredible. He's like, I was planning to start becoming good guy when I retire. I'm really busy at work. It just woke me up. And of course, he remembers their memories. And in Islam, God, the Prophet peace be upon him, tell him that these kids will be like birds in paradise. They will be taken care
Mm-hmm.
of by Abraham and his wife Sarah until we meet them on the day of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So even the hardship has its own reward. So that's why you live this life peaceful, whether you are in loss. And that's what the Prophet says. How wondrous are the affairs of the believer. If hardship hits him, he's patient. If goodness come to him, because also goodness and abundance is a test, right? If you're given wealth or health or kids, are you going to be arrogant, right? Are you going to be buying yachts and buying buildings and cars for $400,000 while your neighbor's hungry? You see what I mean? So it is a test also, and there is a beautiful story in the Quran in the verse in Surah Al-Kahf, the cave, which we read actually weekly. Every week we read a chapter called the cave, and it has all these kind of tests: the test in faith, the test in wealth, the test in friendship, the test, and also you have a story about Moses there and going and watching a story after a story, and he's like not understanding why things are happening, and then eventually he is being told. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's Islam, man. That's Islam. It fixes your life completely. That's why you will see a lot of people. They were so desperate. Go watch. There is this guy Canyon Mims show. Canyon Mims show. He was a Christian. He became Muslim, and he is interviewing a lot of people from around the world who became Muslims. And you will see. You will see. That's the beauty about Islam. I don't try to convince
Well,
you emotionally,
what
right?
happened? What happens if I convert and then I decide I want to go back to Christianity?
Well,
Go
nothing is
back?
gonna happen. You're gonna, to be honest,
Yeah.
when you talk to these people, whenever you know the truth, you can never go back to falsehood. But it's up to you. You don't want to do it. It's up to you. But that's why, let me continue. What I was saying is, we don't want to convince you emotionally. Go study, read. Don't believe a word I'm telling you. Spend your time, research. That's what Islam is about. Islam, in the Quran, Allah tells us, do not follow your parents. Do not follow your parents. So even if you are born in a Muslim family, He does not want us to follow our parents. He wants us to look at the skies. He wants us to look at the sun. He wants us to look at the solar panels around us, the plants that power this planet from the nuclear reactor in the sky, and know Him and know how beautiful He is. You know. So that's Islam, man. Islam is very, very beautiful. It's very simple, and it aligns. It's like the right software for the hardware. You know how when you download like Windows on a Mac computer, it doesn't work well, or you download an Apple. Our hardware needs Islam. Once you have it, the whole thing opens for you. It's like, whoa, how did I live without it? Where was I? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, I think I'm Christian.
You are.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, but why? Why do you still worship a man? Why don't you follow?
Well, he's not a
God.
man, he's God. He is God.
Okay, so he's not 100% man?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so
And he's 100%
my
God.
question was correct and your statement was wrong.
And he's 100% God.
Well, you can't be 100% and 100%. You're
Doesn't
either
your
or.
book say something about not understanding the nature of God?
Nature of God has nothing to do with the nature of man. You're talking about the man now.
No. Doesn't your book say something about not being able to comprehend God?
Not be able to comprehend God, yeah, but you're talking about the man now. What does God have to do with that? You're talking about the man who worshipped the God, right? Who said, it's not by my authority, it's by the authority of God.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go into it with you. Yeah, you can't understand how God could lower himself to being crucified on a cross.
No, I can't understand how you guys claim, and that's what scares me when you say God is low. God is the mighty. God is called the Most High. You are lowering God. Like, that's what's scary, man.
We're not.
How can you stand in front of Him on the day of judgment?
No. We're not lowering God. God chose.
You just said He lowered. He's low. You just said He is low, even below angels, right?
He chose.
No, that's what you claimed about Him.
He
never. God the Almighty never said that. Have you, like, God the Almighty is always the Most High, man. He will never be lower than anything. That's something that people claim, right? It's like when Hindus claim stuff about God, when a lot of people claim stuff about God, right? It's like when these Greek guys think that Thor is God, right? God of thunder.
What's the greatest?
And then Iron Man punches him on the face. You think that's God? Would you worship Thor?
What's the greatest expression of love?
By simply forgiving.
All of this that you see around us.
Yeah. To die for someone.
No, it's not.
To die? So did the Father die for the Son?
According to Scripture.
No. Did the Father die for the Son?
No. That's not.
Doesn't Father love the Son?
I didn't say He died for the Son. According to
Scripture. That's the greatest expression.
Yes, the greatest expression of love is death. And God died for us.
So how many gods died?
There's only one God.
How many gods died?
There's only one God.
So God died, right?
There's only one God.
Right, so God died, right?
God in the flesh died.
So God died, right?
God in the flesh died. God in the flesh died.
How many gods didn't die? It's simple questions, man.
There's one God. God in the flesh died.
So God died, but God says He doesn't die.
God
He never
in
dies.
The flesh died.
Yeah. See, these are all claims that you make about God. God Himself says, "I don't die. I'm the everlasting. I don't experience death. I don't die. I don't change." You keep saying God changed, became man. God died. God. These are all. God says He doesn't slumber or sleep, See this, for example, sky. This sky doesn't sleep, right? God, the same thing, doesn't sleep. Guess what? Jesus slept. God never sleeps. He's called in Islam Al-Hayyul Qayyum, the ever living, the eternal, the always awake. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. No slumber can take him, nor sleep. It's the same thing actually in Quran and in Torah.
Let me give you an analogy. Let's say there is a video game, right?
Yes.
And let's say a God creates that video game. A person who has God mode creates that video game.
Okay.
And there's a tournament, and that God character is up in the tower looking down upon all the players playing the game.
Yep.
And the players playing the game are there, and they're complaining they are unable to complete the game. It's too hard. They consider it impossible.
Yep.
And the creator of the game says,
I'll come down and play.
I'll come down and play.
Perfect.
What's the first thing they'll say to that creator with God power? They would say, well, you have God mode. You're not limited by double jumps. You have triple jumps or double jumps, or you can walk through walls.
No.
You can break the physics of the game. So
Okay.
of course it's easy.
I like
to
it.
play.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that person with God mode have to do in order to experience the game just like those players? He has
to be a player.
He would have to give up that God mode in order to experience the game like all the other players, right?
That doesn't make any sense, man.
It does make sense.
Zero
It means
sense.
he would have to relinquish his privileges that he has with God mode.
He's no longer God.
So he's no longer. Yeah. So he is basically a human, not 100%.
Yeah, he's no longer God anymore.
Why would you worship a human?
So at that moment, this guy with God mode come down and plays.
I just listened to a video, and then it stopped.
You were watching the video? Just play it, man.
And then it repeated. It's a pyramid scheme.
You have to click Prime Video and click Resync.
Yeah.
He's recording you, Titan, so just understand before you. Nah, he's lying. Just understand that he's recording you, so watch what you say.
Yeah. So, Sean, let's go back.
All right. So,
never said that. I said he deserved to be cursed out.
All right. So, the person with God mode comes down and has to give up God mode in order to experience the game like everyone else. All right. And then when they're done and they beat the game, they go back and get God mode.
Got it. It's a beautiful story, but it has plenty of holes, right?
Okay.
It has plenty of holes.
It's not a story.
It's like when you tell me the story of Santa, right? Santa comes in, he drops the stuff there. It's a beautiful one.
What I gave you was an analogy. It's not like that's not like Christian doctrine. I just gave you an analogy.
Right. So, I understand.
To try to help you understand the triune God.
Like I understand it, but the problem is, like for example, let's say I made big screen, right? And I am God. I am the maker of big screen. Mm-hmm. And then I want to mingle and talk to guys and show them how to do stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm still me. So when you talk to me, ask me about my date of birth. I'll answer you. I know what's my date of birth, right? Now I'm still gonna fall in the same laws that this big screen work on my avatar. Mm-hmm. But I am the same person. But the problem with this analogy that you talk about is, it's three different persons, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. God is always one. Now, when you take person out, that's not God anymore. Okay, unless if God forgot all his knowledge, put it in a bottle and lock the bottle and threw it away. That's a problem, man. That's a story that doesn't make any sense. That's not what God even said. That's not what Jesus even said. Show me where Jesus in the first three gospels, the synoptic gospels, where does he, although I don't really believe in I believe in the gospel
Wait,
of
why
Jesus
only
and the
the
Quran.
first three? Why only the first three?
Because why the first three? Because they are
Yeah.
the first three. Because
Why
they
not
are the
John?
first three.
Why not John?
John is the late one, right? But show me in the first three gospels.
Why does it have to be the first three?
Because they are kind of the more consistent with each other. John is an outlier, complete outlier. No, but that's like
John is
show me
not
where
an outlier.
Jesus. Who?
He's
John
saying
is
in
not
the
an outlier. So
No.
show me where Jesus and the first three testimonies for three disciples, right? Or at least two of them are disciples. I'm telling you, I researched it. I wanted to be a Christian, man. My life would be much easier where I live if I'm a Christian. It will be great. I will get privileges like no other. You trust me, being a Muslim here is not easy thing, but it just doesn't work. So let's see. The three disciples, or at least the two disciples and the writer of the third disciple, the scribe of the third disciple, where did they record at least 2-3 times that Jesus claimed to be God? Especially if it's that important of a doctrine. Like when you read the Quran, in every page it says who Allah is, who your God is. There is God, no God but Him. That's like in every single page because it's very important information.
So unless he says, I am God.
100%, yes.
Okay, it can't be true.
100%, of course. If it's
so when he repeatedly says, if you knew the Father, you would know me.
He said that. He said that where?
Yes. He says, if you knew the Father, you would know me.
John.
Yeah.
But you do not know
where
my
did he say
Father,
that?
so you do not know me.
Where was that?
Search it.
Costco.
Can somebody check it out? Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was in John.
Okay, so
You just want to just extract your cat.
so,
I don't mind giving you John.
No, I just need in the first three
You
gospels,
say John.
right?
Well, you tell me that John. You dismiss John because it was after the first three gospels, but you take the word of something written
Not just
600 years after that.
Yeah, but it's 600 years after that, of course, because it's proven from the prophet of God.
So
There's difference.
three. Okay, so three gospels that you accept say that Jesus was crucified and resurrected.
I'm not accepting the three
but
gospels.
there's a
I'm just
book
asking you to
500
tell me this story, that beautiful one that you just gave.
But you're telling me to
Where is it
dismiss
in the
John.
gospels?
You're telling me to dismiss John, where it clearly states that he's the Word.
No, what I'm
He's
saying,
not saying that.
I'm not saying dismiss John. I can answer John.
He's not
You are.
I
saying
can
that.
answer John.
Titan.
But
You're
all I'm saying,
absolutely
if it's
dismissing
that important and John mentioned it, you would expect it to be everywhere in every gospel and every testimony, right? But it's not there. It's just in John, which is weird, right? Like why? Like this is the most important doctrine
But he
that
never
would depend
says,
if I
Jesus
attain
never
eternal
says,
life.
I am God in John either.
I know. I'm telling
It's
you.
just
bro.
that it's written.
Can I ask one question?
He
Go
can
for it.
claim
What
to be
are you
God,
seeing on the screen
but that
right
doesn't
now?
that he can claim to be
It
God.
says
But
there is a video of atheist reverse to Islam after insane vision.
Okay, I'm just checking. We're all seeing the same video.
Well, we're now watching the video. Yeah, but can you watch
I have a
it?
question. TItanDam.
So annoying. It's like a sales pitch.
Do you believe the gospel, any of the gospels of the four, that Jesus
No,
claims
no.
to be God?
No.
Then why do you reject it?
No, I don't believe the Gospels to begin
Exactly.
with.
Why do you reject it if it doesn't teach Jesus is God?
Why do I reject the Gospels? Yeah, because there is the word of man there, because there is corruption in it. Why would you need something that has corruption in it? It has a lot of truth, but there is a lot of
How
corruption.
do you know it's corrupted?
Perfect.
This one
You
is
judge
smart.
by the
Listen
Quran.
to him.
Oh, that's
You say me?
circular reasoning.
No. Oh, how do you know it's corrupt? It's very simple,
No,
man.
that's circular.
You
I know
pull
it's
up,
corrupt
you pull up
as a
Mark,
Muslim.
you pull up Mark, and you find an old like Codex Sinaiticus doesn't have the last verses after 8. You pull up the story of the adulterous woman, right? And in the New International Version, it says this whole story is a complete forgery, right? It's not even in the right. So people have changed this.
That's
you look
not
at the
corruption.
resurrection accounts, and they contradict each other, not just different eyewitnesses. It's just
That's
basically
not corruption.
contradict each other.
That's
All right. That's after I read them. That's kind of my opinion. So that all proves corruption, man.
That's a textual corruption. If that is a textual variant, but if that's a corruption,
No, that's a
Are you
huge
saying?
corruption.
Are you saying? Okay, when Muhammad
You're
said,
saying somebody
let
inserting a
me
verse
finish.
that talks about the story.
Let me finish.
That yes, go on.
Who's Ibn Masud? Titan, you know him, right? Ibn Masud.
Yeah, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud,
Abdullah ibn
Habibi.
Masud, right? What did he
Yes,
do?
yes.
What was he?
What did he do?
Didn't he write down the Quran?
A lot of people wrote down the Quran. Yes.
But Ibn Masud is one of the four, with Ubay ibn Ka'ab, Zayd ibn Thabit.
No, we have plenty of scribes of the Quran.
Yes, but he's one of the scribes, right?
Okay.
He is. Yeah, he's
Did
one of the scribes. Okay.
Did Muhammad and Bukhari say, this is one of the four you should listen to learn the Quran?
Yes, yes, of course. A lot of people listen to Ibn Mas'ud.
Okay,
Yes.
now why Ibn Masud missing Surah Al-Fatiha and the last two chapters? Is that corruption?
No.
No, that's
Here's
not
the deal.
corruption, right? Yeah.
No,
it's 'cause it's
let me
missing
tell
three
you. No.
chapters. It's not a corruption.
Quran is very similar, man. Simple. So each verse in the Quran was testified by two companions who heard it, who wrote it down, and by the people who memorized it.
Okay.
So no, every verse in the Quran is testified completely. Now, Ibn
Okay.
Mas'ud was not present at every single
No, Ibn
verse,
Masud
not
knew it.
present.
He removed it because he believed it's just prayer. We don't need this.
Right.
He excluded it.
there are
He didn't.
no.
He wasn't ignorant. He excluded it.
No.
He
The
believed
Quran,
that
man,
they're not
Surah
real
Al-Fatiha is even written in the Quran itself, that Allah
Exactly.
revealed سبعا من المثاني والقرآن
Exactly.
العظيم.
But
You see what I mean?
the Abdullah ibn Masud's
so
codex has
the
different
codex-
three chapters missing from Zayd ibn
if-
Thabit's.
If
That's corruption
Christians-
according to you.
If Christians had somebody like Abu Bakr and Zayd ibn Thabit, I would believe the Gospels right now. But the problem,
That's not
didn't
the
happen.
question. That's not the
it
question.
didn't happen.
You're
We
avoiding
don't
the
know who
question.
wrote these books, even
Titan,
who wrote these Gospels.
You're avoiding the
All right,
question.
man. Right.
If
this is
a missing paragraph is corruption, then three
Yeah.
chapters missing across
no,
two
no.
codexes that are early is a corruption.
No. Do you have the Codex of Ibn Mas'ud right now?
We know it's according to the Islamic sources. Ibn Masud was
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
the three
No.
chapters.
So the Quran,
Are you saying
brother, the
because earlier you
Quran.
agreed with that?
You know when you knew about the Gospel, really, people knew about the Gospel. It's almost when King James kind of got published. You know when people know about the Quran is memorized by the kids, by the men, by the women from the time of Muhammad. So my kids memorize the Quran. My wife memorizes the Quran completely.
Alhamdulillah.
Millions of people around memorize the
Good
Quran.
for you.
You see what I mean? So the Quran is memorized from the time of everybody knows the Quran. We recite it if you come to the mosque like this, that we visit 5 times a day. The Imam who doesn't know Arabic is reciting the Quran all day, all night since the time of Muhammad, peace be
Okay.
upon him. Like you can listen to God Logic, you can listen to this. Dude, the Quran, we know it by heart. We know it completely,
That's my second issue.
unapologetically.
That's my second
Yes,
You
issue.
know
go
it in what language?
In Arabic, of course.
Okay. How many? I've heard many Muslims say that they can repeat it and recite it. They don't know what it means, what they're reciting.
You know how many people
That is
are
true.
Muslims
of-
but not
what-
Arabs?
Yeah,
About-
exactly.
Exactly, about 82%.
Exactly.
And
And-
many of them, the guys who prayed Taraweeh with us this year in Ramadan, we recite the whole Quran standing, like thousands of people in each mosque.
In
We
other
just
words,
one guy
they
reciting.
don't speak the language and yet they recite it. and
It's
don't understand what it
incredible. They
means.
know what it means, the Quran, but they don't speak the language. It's incredible. I'm telling you, it's something that blows your mind. It's like, how is that being preserved that way? It's like just incredible, man.
But Titan,
So
that's my
yeah.
second issue.
Have you read the Quran?
Yes. But that's
Oh,
not my
come
that's not my
on.
question.
Come on. Have you read the Quran? Or you read few
I've read
verses from the Quran?
chapters. I've read chapters, but that has nothing to do with the question.
No. It has everything.
you-
Because when you want to talk to me about the Quran, I expect to discuss with somebody who has knowledge, right? If you learn
It's okay.
from TikTok, from
that's
this guy
irrelevant.
and this guy and
That's
this guy,
irrelevant.
and you don't know what Quran is, you
not
have not read the
irrelevant.
Quran.
It's the point.
No, that's
He's
irrelevant to
asking
my
you,
question. I'm
Can
not.
you have a conversation about the Quran unless you've read the Quran? Have you read the Quran?
I'm not talking about theology. I'm talking about historical
What's
stuff.
theology? It doesn't make any sense, man. Like you see
I'm
what I
just
mean?
saying,
It's like
according to your logic.
you read a line from a physics book, okay? and you want to discuss with Einstein. It doesn't make any sense. And you want to, oh yeah, see,
No, but that doesn't
it's like
change
you
that
don't know the whole
Einstein
thing.
should. So when you ask a physics question to Einstein, should Einstein respond to you saying, "Have you read all of physics?" Or should he
No,
respond
no,
to
no.
you with an
When you
answer?
want to,
Yes.
when you not, no, no, no. You will have to listen to the answer, but
But
you
you're not
cannot
giving
just,
an answer.
again,
You're
you're telling me
you're
the
resorting
Quran,
to, you do not know my book.
Al-Fatiha, Al-Fatiha, the prayer
Yes.
Al-Fatiha,
Yes.
is the surah that every single Quran
Muslim
has
reads.
first,
Every
right?
Muslim reads it, but
And
not every
every
Quran has
Muslim
it.
reads it 17 times a day, and we have done that since the time of Muhammad.
I
And
agree.
it's mentioned in the Quran that Allah revealed it in it's the Taj, the
agree.
top of the Quran. You see
I
what I mean?
agree.
So you can
But
tell me
I'm telling
so and
you,
so
Abdullah
said,
bin
so and so
Masud, he
said.
did not keep it because he believed it was a prayer, not Quran.
Well, that's the basic thing about Islam. You don't take from one person. So when you read the other three names in the
But
Hadith,
Muhammad told you to
Ubay
learn
ibn
from his
Ka'b,
Quran, though.
no, 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 he didn't say
Muhammad
only
told you to read
Abdullah
from a
ibn
Quran
Mas'ud.
that was missing Surah Al-Fatiha.
No, no, no. No, no, no. See, that's the whole point. In Quran, there are teachers of Quran, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's like no, it's
He said
matters.
he is
It
one of the
matters.
best reciters of the Quran, and to
Of
learn the
course he
Quran from
is.
him.
Of course
But
he
his
is. Of
Quran
course
was
he
missing
is.
Surah Al-Fatiha in
Of
the last two
course he is
chapters,
one of the best
114 and
reciters.
113.
And his Quran had a lot of additions on the side, and his Quran had, you see what I mean?
Ah,
He
so
was
so
the
Muhammad
scholar,
taught
the
him.
scholar of he was a scholar of Islam, Abdullah bin Mas'ud.
It's
He
okay.
narrates many
I agree.
hadiths, of course. But
I
when
agree.
you talk about the codex of Quran, it's not the work of one person. It's a full committee
That's why I
that
tell
preserved
you.
the Quran
Why do you take
exactly as it was revealed to
one
Muhammad
codex?
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Why do you
You
take
see what I
one
mean?
codex and
It's
say
not
the
like
book is corrupted? Then
no. You're talking about a
you
book
see,
that
you don't care.
discover every
You don't care
day
if one
that
codex
there
is
is
missing,
But
but you
they
care
can,
for the Bible. That's a double
that
standard.
you have
I'll
mistakes,
chime in on one thing.
additions. Yeah.
Interrupt.
Yeah, I'll just chime in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
go
at least
don't-
when it comes to when we're referring to like what it in the Quran that Umar Masad and so forth, we have names of these people, biography of these people, who they were, and verified sources that these people walked with the Prophet, so forth, so forth. Right? But when it comes to the Bible, if we ask a typical Christian or scholar who wrote the book of Hebrews, they will say, well, we don't know, right? Just like in the book of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, John, and Luke, they're according to it. That doesn't mean that they wrote themselves, while two of the Gospels are not even from the direct disciples of Christ, being Mark and Luke. So that's why he's saying that you're taking these people's words that they're not even verified. But at least we can say that Umar bin Masad and so forth are verified people, and we have a complete biography of them and so forth and so forth.
We have a
So that's
biography of
that's
Peter,
that's what
John,
TItanDam
and all
is
the
saying.
disciples too.
Biography
See-
about them, and that
Yes,
a
we know who
verified
they are.
source that said that a verified source that said that they wrote the gospel. Can you
Yeah.
provide one?
All you've done is just made a conversation.
Okay.
Let them talk.
We
Let them
have
talk.
we have external sources that teach this, but
No, you don't.
yes, we do.
It's
But
okay.
the second
It's
thing
okay,
is,
it's okay.
does the Quran tell you who wrote the Quran?
The Quran tells us who wrote the Quran. No, it's orally
No,
transmitted.
no. So how do you know?
It was
How do you know
it was orally
100%?
transmitted. The Quran means to recite.
The worst
The
method
recite.
the worst method of preservation is memory. Did you know that?
Yeah,
No.
for you guys.
Yeah,
When
for
you
you
don't have
guys.
a system. For you, no, that's correct. When you
No,
don't
that's
have a
that's the
system,
worst method of that's the worst method to memorize.
For you guys, is it working for us so far?
What you think because you remember a book
It's-
you remember a book
Yeah,
that sounds
it's
like a
been-
song in Arabic? You think you memorized it?
It's been working for us so far. Has anyone memorized the Bible?
Yeah, we have people have memorized the Bible. Yeah,
Who's name me one?
I'm pretty sure Saint
Alright.
John of Chrysostom, for example, has memorized the Bible.
John of Chrysostom memorized the entire Bible
Yeah.
from Genesis to Revelation.
There's
Who
also
put-
other scholars that have done that.
Wait,
It
which
doesn't-
Bible?
it doesn't matter.
KJV.
Either
the
way, it
NIV?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Oh wait,
okay. It doesn't matter.
wait,
It-
which
it
which
doesn't
Quran
matter.
do
It
which
doesn't
Quran
matter.
do you memorize?
No,
The
it
It
Hafs?
doesn't matter.
Wait,
It
which
doesn't-
Quran do you
yeah,
memorize?
yeah,
The Hafs,
I
the
read
Kalun,
the Hafs and the
No, no.
Wash. I read,
the
yeah, I
Warsh,
read all
the
those
Dori?
Yeah,
Which one?
yeah.
Which one do you
all
which
of
one
them.
do you
No, no, no,
memorize?
yeah.
All of them.
See,
all of them.
see
Oh,
how
wait,
you
wait.
say
Yeah.
which one
But
do
they
you
all have
memorize?
differences.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
One
yeah,
of them,
sure, sure.
Yeah.
one of them
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
One
You
of
know the
them.
differences?
You're
Let me
ruining
tell you the
something.
differences. Less than
Me ruining
0.1%, okay?
Yeah.
That
So
doesn't
it's
change that
all
there's
the
a
same
difference.
Quran.
You claim
No,
it's
no, no.
perfectly preserved,
You're
like
It's
Allah
perfectly
preserved every
preserved.
vowel.
These
It's
guys,
perfectly preserved.
Is
Perfect.
every
You know
letter
what
and vowel
perfect
preserved?
means? Yeah.
these guys
Huh?
Yes,
are
exactly.
So
But they're not.
so
They're not though.
no, they are.
Across them, they have
So
they have
How many
thousands of
years?
differences.
no, thousands. Oh
Yeah,
my
they have thousands of
God. No,
differences.
no, no. See,
Stopping
that's the
terrorists.
problem when you talk and
The stopping of what?
complete ignorance, man.
He's
Go
stopping
stand in a mosque
the future
and listen
terrorists.
to Warsh and listen to Hafs. It's
But
just
the
Why are you so
differences
close?
between like
Why are you so
a
close to
British
my face?
talking or an American talking the same words. Okay, now there could be one
No,
word or
there
one
are true
sentence.
contradictions.
Why are you
That's
so
the point.
why are you so
Zero
close
For
to my
example,
face?
That's the
Okay.
point that
one of the
Yeah.
versions
For
they say in the
One
story
of
of
the versions.
the story of the prophet
they have the
Lot,
same
right?
language.
In the
Prophet
story of the
Lot, his
prophet
wife.
Lot,
Don't
Yes,
don't
yes,
yes.
his
worry.
I
wife.
know.
One of them
I
one of
tell
them
you, man.
says
Yeah.
she did,
We're
and one of them
American.
says
We
she
don't
didn't.
speak
Look,
the same language.
which
No,
one
no.
is
It
correct?
depends on the. It depends on the
We
Kesra.
don't speak
No,
the
which
same
one's
Noah,
correct?
what do you want,
So
Noah?
we know that she turned. Okay.
But which
Some
one's
people
correct?
take the
Because
other
one
opinion.
says she didn't
Okay.
turn, one says
And
she did
that's
turn. Which one's
if
correct?
you read the entire Quran, that's the only example you can bring. By the way,
It
that's
doesn't
the
matter.
entire
That's just one.
Quran.
There's other
And the
contradictions,
bottom
but this
line
one.
Oh,
that
that's
what
interesting. This
happened
came
to
in
the
no
lot
account. No
of
wonder I
five,
remember his voice.
right?
Which one? Which
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah. So you see
He
what I mean?
blocked me. Oh
If
shit. That's weird.
if you take the Bible, there are thousands of manuscripts. The difference in manuscripts are more than the Bible itself. It's incredible, man. And I can show you mistakes like, oh my God, tons of mistakes. Anyways, I'm done about this
Wait.
Quran and Bible thing.
Nobody.
accent.
We're not
Yeah.
Muslim. We don't claim the vowels and the letters
Yeah,
are preserved.
you are not Muslim. That's fine, man.
So
First of all,
that
go
only
back,
does the
figure out if
argument only
Muhammad
doesn't work
was a
for you.
prophet. That's the number one. Is Muhammad a prophet of God?
No.
Did he invite you to worship God the Almighty himself without association? That's one for Muhammad.
He
Number
associated
two,
Alat, Al-Manut, and Al-Uzza. He
no,
bowed
no,
to
no.
them.
See, you keep up making stuff, man.
He did.
Bowed.
Yes.
Muhammad never bowed
Yes, he
to
did.
an idol in his life.
That's why the Quran says
In
there
his
is not a
life.
single prophet in which Satan has not cast his
No,
word,
no.
but Allah has
But
abrogated after the end.
what
That's
Allah
the
does,
reason.
protects his words.
Doesn't
Protects
matter.
them.
It doesn't
So
matter that the
Muhammad-
Quran says Satan cast
Muhammad
words into
was
Allah's word.
Never. Muhammad was protected by God.
Wait,
You see what I
so
mean?
is the
This is
Quran
actually
lying?
this is no, that's what the Quran says. So this is
No,
the
the
number
Quran
two.
says there's
Number three,
never a prophet.
miracles.
There is never a prophet
Have-
that Satan
have you
didn't
read-
put his word into.
Yeah. No. Have you read how Muhammad split the moon?
Yeah, he did. He did not do that. So
He did.
no, he didn't.
It was witnessed by people and it's in the
Did he
Sahih
did
Hadith,
he
right?
bring it back? Did he bring it back?
Of course.
Does the hadith say Muhammad bring back the moon?
What do you mean? Don't you see the moon now?
No. Does the hadith say that Muhammad bring back the
No.
moon?
Did you see the moon? Do you see the
Well,
moon?
is the moon split in half? Does it have a crack?
How does it become a miracle if it's split in half and has a crack now? It was witnessed by people.
That
at
is a
time.
miracle still.
Where
that
is
he
the
was able
miracle
to.
if you break a glass and you bring it and you tip it? Where's the miracle there? No. The Almighty God who made the moon split it in half and put it back together.
But
Okay?
if Muhammad split the moon, this is supposed to be for everyone to see. Why would he bring it back together?
No. It's
How
for
can you
his
confirm it
people at
happened
his
if you
time.
blink your eye?
Well, how can you confirm Jesus
What
resurrected
if you were in the
dead?
bathroom and you
No,
missed,
no, hold on,
missed
hold
the
on,
miracle?
hold on,
How
go
are you
back.
gonna know it
How do you
happened?
confirm Jesus resurrected the dead?
Through eyewitnesses.
Oh, so eyewitnesses. Although you have zero eyewitnesses, by the way.
But hang on.
Zero. The gospel.
hang
Go
on.
Oh,
Google it
yeah.
right now.
We have
Are there
multiple, but
eyewitnesses?
that's a fallacy.
But in the
It's called too
hadith,
quick.
400 witnesses. One, Jews
500.
Jews and Gentiles, and Jews and non-Jews.
So why did the Jews not believe?
Hang on.
The Jews
and
did
converted.
believe.
And hang on. So with your moon split, who recorded it? Did anyone else record it other than Muslims?
No.
Okay,
Why does it? Why
Did
does it
any
need
extra
to be?
the non-Muslims
We
record
are.
the
I'm
event?
giving you eyewitness
would
accounts,
think
right?
Many.
I'm
would say
giving you
that, right?
eyewitness
That
accounts.
would
Did
be
non-Muslims
that the
record
moon
the moon
split.
split?
places.
The non-Muslims record that.
Which non-Muslims? The people in Mecca who saw it?
Are there any
moon
non-Muslim
is seen by
witnesses
many
that have
people.
record of the moon splitting?
You would
Possibly.
see
I
that
don't know.
wherever it was
But
night,
do you
it
have
was
one?
invisible. So that
But you
anyone
don't
see
care.
What I care about is
that matters,
eyewitnesses.
right?
No, eyewitnesses narrated he split the moon. They narrated that he
Was
healed
he
the
in
sick.
Mecca?
No,
Was he
this
in
guy was
Mecca?
an Indian king. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
it's you will see.
you don't think
those
one
people
you don't think one Galilean was looking at the moon and he saw it split and didn't decide to
potentially not
report
at
it?
that second. Why would yeah, and was not and
Wait,
most
Muhammad
that
split it for 1 second and bring it back in 1 second?
95% of the people in the world didn't read or write, by the way. So what are you talking
I don't
about?
care what you're talking about. Galileans were
Yeah.
smart. They know how to write.
So
The astronomers were.
next
Like
water
Galileo
coming
Galilei,
between his
but
hand
Titan.
to have water save the
You
full
don't think
army
you don't
in the
think
middle
one
of the desert.
astronomer you don't think one astronomer saw the moon?
300 people. You're right. So here's number 2. Number 3. He healed the sick, right? Somebody blind. One guy, his eye fell. He took it, put it back, and he said this eye became stronger than the other eye. So all these miracles, the prophecies that we see every day, right? So you have thousands evidence of Muhammad prophecy, right? And you decide to reject. It's up to you.
No, Muhammad
But
has failed
Muhammad
prophecies
is the
too.
final prophet.
Muhammad has failed
Muhammad,
prophecies too.
which ones?
He said
Show
that
me.
you see this young man over there.
Uh-huh.
If he grows to his old age, the day of judgment will not even happen. By the